Hello, everybody. We are now 27 days away from the June 2nd primary. My name is Jon Henderson, and I am running as an independent for governor of California because I believe one of the biggest challenges that we're facing right now as a country and as a state is political division. And it's going to take an independent to bring both sides of the table and start making some real progress again. I've been talking to a lot of people, and they say they are looking for fresh faces and fresh ideas. But when you look at the polls, what do you see? You're going to see career politicians. You're going to see billionaires who can afford to buy their own way in. And then there is the rest of us. On the ballot currently, there are over 60 candidates in this race. But if you are not already in power or writing million-dollar checks, you are not going to get covered. So I am trying to come straight to you because social media is the great equalizer. And I am an outsider. I am not a career politician. I am not a billionaire, but I am a California licensed tax preparer and a certified financial planner. So I know how billionaires avoid paying their fair share, and I can work to close loopholes without adding draconian taxes that will simply drive the wealthiest out of the state. But I do have a clear plan for lowering costs for Californians without raising taxes or cutting services. Everything I'm about to share with you comes directly from my book, California 2.0. First, let's talk about energy. California should not be paying some of the highest utility rates in the country and getting some of the worst service. The problem is the structure. We have publicly traded utilities whose job is to maximize profit for their shareholders, not to lower your bill. That is a conflict of interest. In California 2.0, I lay out a plan to take control of the grid and move toward California-owned infrastructure. Once that conflict is gone, we can go all in on solar, blanketing rooftops, storing excess energy, and actually driving costs down instead of up. Energy should be a long-term cost reducer for Californians, not a profit center for shareholders. Second, housing. We all know it's broken. We can solve housing and wildfire risk at the same time through something called mass timber. Mass timber construction uses smaller growth trees that we already need to remove from our forests. We turn wildfire fuel into housing at scale. In California 2.0, I lay out how California can own this process and build entirely new types of low-cost and even no-cost housing. That means getting people off of the streets, giving young people a way into home ownership, and giving families options without taking on more debt or being forced to leave the state. That's how you increase supply and bring costs down. Third, we have to change how government operates. I come from a financial background, and as a fiduciary, my job is to put my client's interest above my own. Government should function the same way. That's why I'm committing to putting my own assets into a blind trust once elected. And I believe that every elected official in California should be required to do the same. We could get other states to follow and effectively drain the swamp from the inside. There would be no conflicts of interest. There'd be no way for our elected officials to gain personally off of inside information that the rest of us are not privy to. That's one of the fastest ways that we could root out waste, fraud, and self-dealing at the state level. So if you're tired of the same names and the same results, the same excuses, please take a look at something different. Go to henderson4cagov.org. Read the ideas. If any of these ideas resonate with you, please help me get the message out. This is a grassroots campaign. Very little money has come into this campaign, just enough to get on the ballot. You're receiving right now and taking a look at my name, taking a look at the statement, and wondering a little bit more about who I am and what I stand for. We don't need more billionaires. We don't need more left or right. We need people. And we have 27 days, so let's make them count. I will continue to make these videos and try and get as many ideas from the book here in a digestible format for you wherever you like to get your information online. And please take a look at the website and consider supporting. I would be honored to earn your vote on the June 2nd open primary for California governor. Thank you and have a great day.